bailout bag? What's a bailout bag for? Hey guys, Gary here. Thanks for checking in today. Bailout bag. I've heard people say, well, that's like a bug out bag, and I don't know if I'm bugging out. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to do it from like a flaming car. So I'm thinking I've designed my bailout bag around a different set of principles than my bug out bag. There's probably some stuff floating around this YouTube channel about bug out bags. Anyway, my point of a bailout bag is I needed a bag that would ride in my passenger seat of my truck, and if I felt the need to bail out of my truck, I would, when I grab the rifle that rides in the between the passenger seat and the center console, I would grab this bag to go along with it as other shit I might need. So it kind of falls in the EDC. I'm not carrying it, I'm driving it. Maybe I'll do a series about truck shit as well. So, excuse me. There is a video out here somewhere that I did about everyday carry bags. And the idea behind that wasn't, hey, I'm gonna stock this bag in case of Iranian sleeper cells and be all Jack Bauer, because that doesn't happen. It was to have a bag that I could put shit in if I were out and about and didn't want to have to carry things. Like I would buy some products from stores and wanted to put them somewhere to carry them home. But if I had this bag, what could I use all the little pockets for to add some extra stuffs? Anyway, so that is not what I would consider my bailout bag. If I'm bailing out of the truck and grabbing my rifle, I'm not looking to buy some products to put in my relatively empty backpack. So I wanted a bag of support gear. And doing so, I didn't want to spend $1 million. I thought, man, I just need a small little sling bag. I see them at gun shows and stuff like that all the time. I just need one of those. So my friend Steve over at Survival Tactics and Gear, he was just getting his online shop set up, and he sells some of those. And I said, oh, well, what do you have that's, you know, like affordable and fits this sling bag kind of idea? And he said, we got one, and it's called, I think it's called the Overwatch pack. It's like 50 bucks. And I said, great, I want one of those. He said, gray or tan? I said, you know, that works out perfect because I've only ever owned vehicles that had either a gray or tan interior. So it kind of, if you're looking to color match, it's great. I didn't really care, but I got the gray because, you know, it was no difference in price. So anyhow, he brings me this bag to a class and says, here you go. You wanted a bag? Here's a bag. I added some stuff to it. Gray Ghost Gear was having a sale closing out their gray products. And like it didn't need to be color matched. It just so happened that the color is relatively close. And since it was being discontinued, the price was really cheap. So the bag itself is a sling bag. If you throw it on, you know, it's meant to be worn like so. And you can flip it around and now work out of the bag in front of you, and when you're done, flip it back. So some of the pouches are, things won't fall out whether the bag be vertical or horizontal, which is pretty clever. The bag itself sits in the passenger seat. There is this compression strap on the top. It's adjustable, and it's meant to go over and connect to this strap down here and smush the bag. I don't use it. Instead, coming out under my headrest, I have a piece of webbing with a Fastex buckle on it, and the bag gets buckled into the seat. So when I touch the brakes, the bag doesn't end up on the floorboards. So I have one buckle to take the bag away. Suppose if I got really fancy, I would do it with like a QR release, so that I could use like a Blue Force Gear red knob and be like, pow, and quick release, there we go. But I'm not spending a bunch of money on this because the bag just sits. It doesn't ever, I'm hoping to never use it. I sometimes move it out of the way so someone can sit, and then I put it back. Anyhow, how did I set up the bag? On the outside of the bag is this Gray Ghost Gear double shingle, and it's got 2 rifle magazines in it with my Go Time ammo. On the side of the bag where there's some more Molly, I added this Gray Ghost Gear med pouch that's fully stocked with a med kit, and then I threw a tourniquet on the outside of it, so that's easy to get to, but there was elastic bungees. It worked out awesome, and it was like $7. And then on the other side, where there's a single row molly, where the waist strap is, I added a flashlight or mag pouch, I don't know which one it was, and threw a Enforce flashlight in there. They're not my favorite, but yeah, I ended up with a bunch of stuff, and it seems good enough to leave in there and just leave. Now, as for the bag itself, it's got some different compartments, and well, I put shit in the compartments. This top compartment up here has some Velcro and some bungee on it if you wanted to lash something to it. Haven't found a need to do that, so I just threw a patch on there. If I open it up, the things I kept in there were a little bit of safety gear, pair of clear eye pro. If you've ever rummaged through the woods, especially when it's not real bright, getting hit in the face with shit is a concern. And since I don't wear regular glasses anymore, I wanted some clear eye pro. If it's bright out, I'll probably have a pair of Oakleys on already. A pair of these Oakley lightweight gloves. They're my favorite gloves in existence since Southwest Motorsports ceased to be and stopped making their awesome gloves. And I also threw in, although I don't think that I'm going to need it, a life straw, but I ended up with a bunch of these, so there was no harm in putting that in there in case I was looking for water filtration. Although I do think there are better water filtration options out there. That one I already owned. On the very front of the bag, there's a zipper pouch on the outside of this outside pocket. In said zipper pouch, I don't have a lot in there, but since it's on the outside, I put a disposable poncho in there because if it starts raining, you don't want to have to dig through your shit to get rain gear. And it's small, lightweight, it'll be fine. The pouch itself, when it opens up, it does not open all the way. So it opens part way, so the bag's in front of you, it won't dump and spill everything out. In here, I have a mesh compartment that has currently nothing in it. The other compartment has a sport smoke. They're not really the best smoke, but the pouch that's in their little compartment fits it, so that's what's in there. Light stick, a couple pens, Sharpies of various colors, a Write in the Rain notepad. I have a battery pack for charging stuff. In this other little compartment, I've got a USB-C for my phone, a USB-A to charge the battery pack, or anything, not A, micro, most other things that aren't C's, and a cord for my radio that I'll show you in a minute. In addition, there's also a couple of road flares in here, and like you all know, maybe you saw, I carry a short road flare in my chest rig, but the backpack's got more space, so I went with a larger road flare. There are road flares in my truck, like half-hour ones. That's for, you know, if you need to let people know there's an accident and that kind of thing. I keep these in case there's a need to light something on fire. They work a lot better than a Bic. Alright, let me close that pouch up. So that's this outside pouch. Then there's the large pouch in the middle. I keep the zippers connected at the corner, so whether it's upright or horizontal, it will, I can find the zipper pulls. In it, there are a couple small compartments. Keep a Patriot smoke. Now that's a real smoke. I should probably just buy a smoke pouch for the outside of this and carry that out there. You've inspired me. That's what I'm going to do. On one side, there is a large pouch on each side and then a smaller pouch in front. This one's solid, this one's mesh. So I have a hoodie from Proper in the solid one, or behind the solid one. It's a fine hoodie. I have tons of hoodies. I'm a big fan, in case you haven't noticed. That one's not my favorite. I love it. The material's great. It's warm. It's got a little zipper pocket on the sleeve, which is fine. The kangaroo pocket has like a magnetic slot in it that opens and closes on the inside, so you can like get your hand on a appendix pistol. I hate that feature because it's lumpy and bumpy, so I don't wear it often. It seemed like a good thing to go in here. Inside the solid pouch in front of it I currently have nothing, although I have some ideas for maybe some intel things to go in there. On the other side, in the large pouch, I have a Shemagh that can be used to keep sun off the head, but I'm usually wearing a hat, but use it as a scarf if you want, or an impromptu dust mask in the little mesh pouch in front of it. There is a Quan Shang, what is it, the UVR 50, I think is the name of it. There's a video right here on this channel with a link to get them. And fully charged, as well as the charging cable to go for my portable battery, and a set of lock picks that you can get from Exit Strategy. Not that I'm saying you should participate in any illegal B&E, but maybe you just need to get back in the vehicle when you get back to it and you forgot your keys. Yeah, we'll go with that. So that's the big stuff in the inside. For a little while there, I had a few extra rifle magazines on the inside. I'm probably going to put some of those back in there. I was trying to carry it a little bit, checking out weight versus size and figuring out what was needed to be in there. And the 2 rut mags on the outside seemed good. I didn't know if I needed 3 more on the inside, so it might go back in there. There's a hydration pouch on the back of the bag, like this padded back, the air mesh stuff. There's a hydration pouch back there. I don't have hydration stuff in it. I normally keep a good guy, bad guy kit, and I know you're about to say, well, what the hell is that? And it's one of those things I don't really share with people. If maybe at the concealed carry for scofflaws, or maybe if you're in study group, I'd show you, but for the most part, it's not shit I share with anybody. I save it for me. There's also a Rescue Me on the strap itself. I keep those kind of all over the truck, but so an extra one there keeps it in the passenger seat as well. One for each door. Maybe I should do a series on the vehicle as well, like things to keep in it, like EDC, EDV. Maybe we'll see. On the strap on the bottom, I have a piece of wood with. Let's see if I can undo it here so you can see it better. I don't know if you can see it. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 reflective trail markers in it in orange. So if I'm on a bit of a foot haul to get from my vehicle to wherever it is I'm going, if I don't know the area and I want to mark it, I can stick one of those in a tree or telephone pole, whatnot. But any rate, the bag, the extra pouches. So I got three pouches on the bag, the whole thing less than 60 bucks. Filled it with the stuff, and most of that was relatively affordable, things I already had anyway. So I didn't go out and spend a lot of money to have this bailout bag in the truck, because frankly the chances of me using it seem to be pretty slim. I don't imagine I'm going to get hit by a fucking IED and have to bail out of the truck. I'm more likely to slide off the road on black ice and have to hoof it for help. But you kind of want the bag to be able to handle whatever's thrown at you. So I wanted a decent mix, and maybe I'll add a couple more things because there's a couple unused spots in here. Just try not to fall into the trap that if there's an empty pocket, you have to fill it with something. So anyhow, that's what I got for a bailout bag. Hopefully it inspires you to think about things that you could put in your bailout bag. So if you had to grab that rifle that you carry with you every day, you do carry a rifle every day, don't you? That you had some support gear to go with it. That's all I got for today, so take it easy.